What's up guys, John here for ReplayStation, and it is time for another ReplayStation reaction, this time to Sony's presser at CES 2014. But first, a trip down memory lane. Back in 2012, Sony acquired a company that was working on a cloud-based streaming service and the ability to stream games through the cloud to your PC or whatever device and play that game in real time. This company was called Gaikai, and Sony acquired them, and we've known for the last year or better that they were working on something, but we didn't exactly know what. So at CES, Sony unveiled PlayStation Now, which is kind of weird. We already have a PSN, but I guess we'll call it PS Now. Anyways, so it is going to be a cloud-based streaming service for games. We have plenty of those for movies and TV shows and video stuff, but this is the first console-based cloud game streaming service, which seems like a super cool idea. So they announced that it is going to launch in the summer, initially for PlayStation 4 and 3, which is cool because I haven't gotten a 4 yet. It's cool to see that they're still supporting the 3, and it looks like they'll do so into the future, which is good because I got PS Plus and, and I want to still be able to use it. And then eventually it will release for PlayStation Vita and even new Sony Bravia TVs, which is awesome. The potential to just hook up a PlayStation controller to your smart TV and stream games through that is awesome. And then eventually for Android-based tablets and smartphones, which would be sick. A few awesome things about this. First, everything is cloud-based, which could be good or bad depending on the speed of your internet at home. But just the fact that any game that you're playing, the game saves, everything is saved to the cloud. So say I'm at home playing a game on my PlayStation 3 and I have to go somewhere and I'm kind of sitting around for a while. I feel like whipping out my phone or a Vita, which I don't have yet, and I could just fire right up, and as long as I'm connected to Wi-Fi or something like that, I could play through my device and just pick up that game where I left off. Potentially. They haven't actually demonstrated this yet, but I see where this is going. Another awesome thing is that it does support multiplayer. So multiplayer games can be supported through other PlayStation Now users or players playing on the disc-based counterparts. So we're talking about streaming not just older games, we're talking about PlayStation 3 games streaming through the cloud, which seems crazy to me, seeing as that generation just ended and tons of people are still playing it. The ability to stream that over the webs through the series of tubes, which would be ridiculously awesome. But there's a couple of pitfalls that come with this. There's a lot of question marks still, which it seems like Sony seems to like to do that in their pressers. They haven't talked about a price point yet, and they haven't talked about libraries of games. I mean, they gave, for instance, PS3 games, but they haven't really talked about the legacy PS2, PS1 games. We all just assume that that's going to happen because all those games are already in the PlayStation Store, so it will make sense for them to also kind of roll that into the PlayStation Now service. Also, like I mentioned before, they advise that you have a 5 megabits per second down connection, which, I mean, depending on where you're at, I mean, where I live, it could be spotty. Sometimes, the wife could be working on something on her laptop and I could be gaming just fine on the PlayStation 3, and sometimes it's laggy as all get out. You just never know. So what could be super frustrating is the fact that you might not have enough bandwidth at home to just play a game, which could get frustrating. There are some research that's been done that suggests that just internet service providers in America just don't supply enough bandwidth to support this kind of technology yet. With all this like super high capacity streaming service coming out, streaming games, streaming 4K video. Netflix is doing it now, and some other services are actually streaming 4K now. Even YouTube's doing it, I think. Which seems like that's a that's a huge size of data to just cram down the internet's tubes. It seems like it would bottle up. Maybe you just got to shell out the extra money to your ISP to get that extra bandwidth. Maybe it's worth it to you. I've got mouths to feed. I don't know. But with all of this under our belt, I have 3 ways that Sony could make this awesome. 3 ways, Sony, that you could not screw this up. Okay? First thing, price. With any streaming service, it has to be worth it. Okay? Price is king. I'm talking about what's in my wallet. I don't want to shell out a bunch of money. Netflix is what, $8-9 a month? And even sometimes that doesn't seem worth it. I mean, I have kids and there's a lot of kid shows and stuff like that, so it seems worth it to kind of pick up any TV show that they like or whatever. But you have to find your personal value in it. Which brings me to my second point in which Sony cannot screw this up. Game selection. I know you can't have every game in the world available in your library. I understand that. There's just some titles that are just obscure. But there are so many good classics in the PlayStation Store right now. Some of them are pretty uncommon or rare. People need to be able to experience those games and even just try them out just through that streaming service. So if I understand rentals will be a part of this too, but it seems stupid. So I mean, if you pay a flat rate, say $10-15 a month, honestly I don't see myself paying more than that. You get access to this library of games. PS1 titles, PS2 titles, PS3 titles, whatever. I understand you can't do them all. You can't have Gubble or Sheep on PS1 or Bravo Air Race. But I mean, have some hidden gems, some titles that people haven't been able to experience, like Tail Concerto or Legend of Dragoon, or like some of the, and of course all the staple titles like your Metal Gear Solid and Final Fantasy VII and all that kind of stuff. Have that there at launch. Hook them with something that tickle the nostalgia bone. Put up your best, put up your brightest, and I know that you can because you've been doing that with PlayStation Plus, and I've been reaping the benefits of it, and it's awesome. I love PlayStation Plus. I should do another video about that. The third thing that Sony could do to make this awesome, and this is a big point, incorporate this PlayStation Now into PlayStation Plus. Integrate it somehow. You take your PS Now and your PS Plus and you say now kiss, and integrate it somehow. I understand that it's probably not cost effective for me to pay $50 a year and get PS Plus and PS Now all in one. But if there's some kind of discount or something, or if you get some games or maybe a few rentals a month for free for PlayStation Plus members or something, get PlayStation Plus members hooked on PlayStation Now, get them to realize how awesome of a service it is, and they'll be happy to just say shut up and take my money. It's pretty simple. Every drug dealer knows it. The first one's always free, right? So give the people a taste, and they'll understand that PlayStation Now is awesome, and the possibilities are way beyond what you're going to have at launch. Like, it just goes up from there. PlayStation Now is something that can set Sony leagues apart from Microsoft, that Microsoft can't even mess with this service. They're already tearing up, PlayStation's already tearing up Xbox One in sales already. I get that, but PlayStation Now has the potential to be the nail in the coffin. to where Xbox One users can have their little DVR that plays games. That's fine. But the PS4 and even the PS3, they're devices for gamers by people that love video games. So you can definitely drive the point home. You can just crush Microsoft with just those 3 steps. Make it cheap, supply great games and hidden gems, and foreign ones too. Some Japanese games, yeah. Again, you're nailing it with the PlayStation Store and PlayStation Plus. So just carry that on with PlayStation Now, and integrate it with PS Plus. And I think that's a pretty good recipe for success. Now, I do also hear that the beta starts at the end of the month. Now, I doubt anyone from Sony is going to be watching this. But if it so happens that you are, I would love to take a part in this beta. I want to see what it's like. I want to see if my bandwidth can handle it. I want to experience PlayStation Now. You know, I like to try to see what's new and upcoming and cool with Sony's products. I want to see how this goes, and I see the potential of it being worth a certain price point. So, you know, whenever the beta comes open, I don't know if it's open or closed or whatever, I want to get in on it. So, if somebody has an inside track, let me know. I'd like to get in and just check it out, see what it's like. Try to play games over the clouds of the tubes of the interwebs. So, but all in all, it's all the buzz at CES, other than Michael Bay. Poor guy. Not everybody's as comfortable in front of a camera as me. But like I said, I'm excited about PlayStation Now. I'm excited to see what it's like and see if it fares better than OnLive. Anybody remember that? But I don't think Sony will mess it up. I have the utmost confidence that Sony, with the Gaikai technology, will be able to deliver a solid, stable product that streams good quality games for a reasonable price to eager and waiting 4 point Lord knows how many million PlayStation 4 users out there. And guys like me with a PS3, I'm enjoying it. Guys, thanks for watching this ReplayStation reaction of the PlayStation Now announcement at CES 2014. My name is John for ReplayStation, and I am signing off.